So, podcast number one, post coronavirus. No,
Yeah.
post.
Quarantine podcast number 1.
Yeah, not post. What is it? Peri quarantine.
Lovely. Like that. Very quarantine.
Peri quarantine podcast with Tom, Nathan, a little bit of Mish. She's not that bothered.
Just got her cankles.
Say something, Mish. Oh, tough crowd.
Fucking
So,
hell.
me and Tom have devised. Well, no, Tom's devised what we're talking about tonight, and you, Tom.
Yeah, it took all of 11 seconds.
That's
Like
10
everything else in my life. Woo! Oh god, I'm bored. Right, no, we were
Start with that. Let's start with that. How bored are you?
do you know what? It's only this evening. I'm not going to complain. I'm not even going to remotely complain about this because I know that not only people have got it way worse than me. I'm still working, still got jobs, and people who work in any field related to care are flat out. So no, not bored. I'm just indulging a little bit of self-pity on a boring Friday evening, but I've got stuff to do. So generally speaking, pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's not about. It's boring when you're used to being busy, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
You know what? I've got a compliment for you today.
Huh?
I put that video you did up on the Instagram about building structure and routine to my PT WhatsApp group,
Oh yeah.
and you got a compliment out of it.
Just the one.
Well, it's just one, but it was a unique one. You
Oh
know
yeah.
what it
God.
was? He goes, "That man has great hair." That was it. And who said it? Hasnu said it.
Oh.
Yeah, and he put martial art after it. So God is great as well.
That man doesn't say anything without thinking it through first, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he had no comment on what you were saying. So
You know, that guy's chatting shit, but that hair.
yeah, but it's all about looks at the end of the day, isn't it? So let's go with that.
Yeah, sadly.
I'm just going to check, but I'm pretty sure that's all he said. So, 1 up, Tom 1, coronavirus 0. Yeah, he goes, Tom, oh no. Roy Hodder says, Tom looks like he's been caught burgling as you're walking around the SBC site.
Thanks, Roy.
I just said, nah.
Just going to inch my computer nearer the Wi-Fi because the signal where I am is so insanely bad that your face is stuttering a bit. There we go.
And also, I said to Roy, you had it. And he said the state of his legs after the workout I gave him to at home, he wouldn't be able to catch you. He said basically like 30 minutes of split lunges and 10 jump spots. Oh, so let's summarise what SBC's been up to because we have shut.
Yeah. So I think we were quite quick to react to this news. I mean, we were adjusting our group training programs and our coaching to accommodate rules and regulations from the government and public health pretty quickly. Insofar as cleaning, distance, coaching outdoors, etc., etc. But obviously, when the full shutdown came into play, we had a client base that wanted to and needed to keep exercising. I think we reacted quite quickly by doing the online training.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the only thing looking back that we didn't do quickly was we probably ran group training for a week longer than we should.
Yeah.
But I would say, in hindsight, it's always a wonderful thing. But I don't think, like many people in West Sussex, we were in a bubble. We didn't realise the severity. Was it the word? Severity of the word. Yeah, severity of the disease. Did we really?
No, I don't think it really hit home for us yet. Luckily, because we are not that we're remote by any stretch, but comparative to city centres, we're pretty remote.
Yeah.
So I don't think the effect of the disease really hit us. And in fairness, it probably, you could argue, it hasn't hit us yet as hard as it might do. But yeah, maybe group training lingered a week longer than we probably should have done. But I wouldn't say that was negligence or anything like that. It was just probably just a general feeling between us and our clients, probably just a little bit of underestimating it.
Yeah, just it's honesty, isn't it? I think if
Yeah.
glad we shut and we did, and we got even before the announcement on the Friday night, we actually got advice from people who work in the medical industry who actually phoned us directly and told us to shut. So it was a decision we were going to make on the Saturday anyway, regardless, I think.
Yeah. But we so for those that don't know, we've been using Zoom.
Yep.
So you and Michelle have been coaching the men's and women's group training using Zoom. You've been using Zoom and Skype to do PT sessions.
Yeah, Zoom, Skype,
and we've been running those fairly consistently. Since? Yeah. So on the whole, that's been a pretty successful platform for us to coach from, and it's kept a lot of our community of members who want to keep training active, and obviously that's important. But I think I was quite surprised by how many people have signed up to it, to be honest.
Yeah, I think we're probably down capacity on like 70% because obviously we can't open the gym. But that being said, we have probably got 85% on. What do you reckon, Michelle? 85% of our members on group training doing online.
Yeah.
You say that? I said about that, 85%. And the ones that aren't doing it, some people legitimately would struggle to do it at home. Some people also have injury concerns that they wouldn't be very good with a home workout. For the general person, a home workout works really well. And I think a lot of the men and the women are finding in our online group training that actually they are getting more sore than they think, which isn't always a good thing, but it does sometimes show you that you're using different parts of your body you haven't used for a while.
Yeah, you get used to certain exercises and certain training methods.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, there's no beating around the bush in terms of body weight training. Does get people quite fit, generally quite fit.
Yeah.
It's a lot different to resistance training with weights. There's a lot less rest normally, and you do a lot more reps. So yeah, I think, you know, if we're in quarantine for 12 weeks plus, you know, worst case scenario is that the guys in the group training and the one-to-one PTs will probably come back to SBC, not necessarily as strong because they won't have access to the equipment, but they'll come back with a great level of conditioning.
Yeah, and also it adds in the element of that we talk about all the time, which is a bit of accountability. If you'd written those workouts as videos and just posted them and said, right, guys, here you go, you do your videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday, chances are they're not going to do them.
Yeah.
But with them knowing at the same times in the morning and the evening, and there's going to be a coach there, I think it keeps them on the straight and narrow regarding that, and it keeps them fit and healthy. I mean, I jumped in a couple of sessions. Unfortunately, I've had shit Wi-Fi for about over a week. I mean, even now it's a little stutty. I'm on a spare room in my dad's house, and it's just driving me nuts. But I jumped in on one of the sessions the other day, and the guys were working just as hard as they normally would do, if not harder.
Yeah, no, I'd actually put, because with Zoom, if anyone hasn't used Zoom before, basically we can see everyone. Everyone has their own screen, whether it be phone, iPad, laptop, and we can see everyone. So in many ways, as a coach, your eyes are on them more than they would be in a gym because you don't directly look at people for the whole hour as you do on these kind of webinars that we're running. So, you know, there is really no place to hide at all.
Yeah.
Some people sneakily try and divert the camera away from what they're actually doing. So they could be lying below the camera, but no, you're right. People are working really hard, and just a shout out to everyone who's doing it. You know, like I think all us three really appreciate people putting their faith in us because, you know, make no bones about it. It is a tough time for SBC because our revenue is beyond half, and because of the latest government recommendations, we're not necessarily in the categories to benefit from any of the grants, which is unfortunate, and I'm not going to harp on about it. But, you know, that's the reality of the situation we're in. So for all those people that have been doing the training online, like, yeah, honestly, that's really, really keeping us guys afloat and keeping us working. You know, we don't do this for money at all. As we said many times, there's many other industries. If we wanted to make money, we would not be doing what we do because we do actually like getting people healthy.
No, and you know what, our attitude toward that for the last 3.5 years has meant that the business itself is in a really strong position to weather this. Ideally, as long as it's not on for, you know, 3 or 4 or 5 months, then I don't know any business is going to weather it for that long. But we are in a very good position comparative to others whose motives may be profit orientated.
Yeah, and you know, the most important thing, honestly, right now is that all our members and the community that we are directly involved in, because I think that's the first thing you can help, is that they're remaining healthy and active. And if that means isolating themselves for 12 weeks but doing workouts, then we're providing workouts every single day on our social media channels, on Instagram and Facebook in particular. So if you haven't already checked those out, obviously most people are doing the online stuff anyway, so they're already involved. But if you just follow our podcast and you're interested in what we do, just follow us on social media. Like we give so much free content away, and not blowing our own trumpet. I've used so many like weird little sayings so far in this podcast. By the way.
Really?
Yeah, I've used like beat around the bush, no bones about it, blowing your own trumpet. But I'm going to carry on. Yeah, but we honestly we do. We give a lot of stuff away for free, and I honestly think the stuff we give away free has been a bit researched. I mean, all the coaches do it. They do their own bits on their own channels as well. So just check us out.
Yeah, definitely. I think and we're not giving away free shit to then say, download this free ebook and then we're going to hit you with 15 million sales emails. It's just have this stuff for free. And also a lot of what we're giving away for free is stuff that we've trialed ourselves. Yeah. So whether it's morning routine stuff or mobility drills or exercises like you put out the other day. Actually, I don't know if it's gone out yet, the stuff for the elderly.
No, that's going to go out on Monday. So
you can call it a training routine for the elderly. So if anyone's watching this who has people in their vicinity that they're caring for or who could benefit from work, and keep an eye out for that. But that's based off of nearly 2.5 years of coaching in a care home.
Yeah, I think it's probably longer than that, isn't it? 3 years?
Yeah, probably longer, yeah. So it's kind of most of it's all evidence, or at least it's anecdotal, but it's based on something.
Yeah. And you're right. That's going to be, actually, I honestly hope, out of all of this, if there's any one post that gets the most shares, I hope it's that, because, we've all got relatives and people, not even necessarily elderly, but people who are low levels of fitness or let's say low levels of health who need to do some activity. This is the perfect medium for them. If you can just get them access to the video, whether you show it to them or you show them how to work it, they just follow it. They step-by-step guide, and because that's important. People who are isolating, I don't think we should forget about them and think, oh well, they're all right, they're isolating. There's a lot of depression that happens when you're isolated. Yeah. And if you can't be, if an elderly person used to walk to the shops every single day and they can't do that anymore, then the quality of life is going to be dramatically reduced. So just by moving it's all chair-based anyway. So watch out for that link coming on Monday.
Well, I think human beings naturally gravitate toward community, however lonely or isolated they can be in real life. But they, generally speaking, are better and happier in the company of others. So being in isolation is an anathema, I think, to being human, really. So what leads on from that is depression, bouts of mood issues, and also and just everything that a lot of people must be experiencing now anyway. And sometimes for people who don't have a very extended social circle, family circle, it might just be highlighting that even more because they can't go out and get those normal daily interactions they normally would do. So one of the things I know we wanted to talk about in here was the benefits of exercise. I think that leads on quite well to kind of balancing mood and hormones and generally elevating your spirit. Exercise would be top of the list.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you put a great thing about having a routine. Having a routine is extremely important, especially if exercise is part of your routine. And it really should be right now. Like, I said today, didn't I? We've had quite a stressful day for a number of reasons, and I was in a bit of a bad mood. I trained, and I came up with some good ideas for other things afterwards. I just felt generally better. So the proof's in the pudding.
Yeah, I mean, today I had a fairly half-assed session. Training session, nothing major, but it was I just felt better for having done it. And then you couple that with a little walk, and had I not done any of that or not built in any kind of minimal routine to my day, I think this is, in fairness, that does attract the people who are generally quite driven to be quite productive, or rather who have got very busy lives who now don't. They gravitate toward being busy. So having that routine for those people is very, very useful. For people who don't really have that necessity in their normal lives, and so they don't have that drive to be doing something all day every day, which is not a problem if they don't, having a little bit of structure around just building in some exercise to their day, that's going to have a huge difference because it's going to boost your immune system, and that's pretty much the number one thing you need to do right now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but we're big advocates there. You don't need to tell people why it's good for you. Everyone knows that, and a lot more people have more time than ever right now.
Yeah, very true. Yeah.
There is minimal excuses. You could do, if you've got, if you're still working right now, during your lunch break, if you can take a lunch break, you could do 30 minutes of bodyweight exercises at home. If you can't take a lunch break, then you've probably got bigger issues than just this, just doing some exercise. But you can get up half an hour earlier, you get up an hour earlier, or you can go, do it at night. You just got to fit it in when you can.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's important as well that I think people realise just what little they need to do to maintain a fairly good quality of physical health. They don't need to do hours and hours every day. Just 20 to 30 minutes of something moderately intense every day would be fine. If they did that every day, the effect on their health would be drastic.
Yeah.
Especially if they're coming from a position not doing any at all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, I 100% agree. Yeah, it's not. I think if someone's listening to this and they don't know when the best time to exercise is normally closer to the morning, you set your day up a little bit better. That's not always necessarily applicable depending on your schedule. So, if you the next best thing is just do it whenever you can. But the closer you can to like the first few hours of being awake, normally sets people's day up a little bit more productively than if you wait till like late at night.
Yeah, and I think if you can combine that with a bit of sunlight, it's going to get your circadian rhythm going. It's going to get your day started, and then also it's going to set you up weirdly for how you sleep that night as well.
Yeah.
So it will literally improve every aspect of your day.
Yeah, I definitely agree. What do you think, Mish?
Oh.
and she bombs us, but we don't invite her. You were.
I've been up since before 6.
No, you weren't.
I was awake
I
about 4
was working. Fucking hell. Remember this when she had to go up and not invite.
In fairness, Michelle, in fairness, sitting in front of this and having conversation is proper knackering. Hey, sit there and just twiddle your foot. I can see you.
You shut those eyes, dearest. Well, it's gonna be a long night for Nathy. Just shake your head.
I'm actually going to clock you out in a minute.
Go upstairs, babe. Wait for me. Anyway, we're off agenda.
What was the, so we put obviously the benefits of exercise, which from everyone left in a general summary, it's going to improve your immune system. It's going to boost your metabolic rate. It's going to improve your mood. It's going to set you up for the day. It's going to get you fitter, stronger. There's not a single negative from exercising that I can consider, barring injury, but that's very unlikely to happen at home, given the intensity of the workouts we're talking about.
Yeah.
And if you need guidance, obviously just contact us. We'll add you into the Zoom stuff.
Yeah.
And we can get you coached properly 3 times a week.
Yeah, and I've heard some very poor excuses recently on the exercise front, and looking at the bigger picture, is this pretty terrible stuff going on with the world in general, but especially right now. So if you can't find the time to train 3 times a week, then you just got to really look at
That's some good messages as well from some clients who haven't been able to join us online. Some of the guys who do my PT clients, but also your group training clients who've been sending me pictures of themselves doing workouts in the garden.
Yep.
Setting up on exercise bikes and just generally keeping themselves fit, and they're trying to carry on a routine they've made at the gym. So basically they might not be training with us, but the general attitude toward the majority of our clients is they are staying fit and healthy, which is great.
Yeah, exactly. And that's no excuses. Yes, some people will still be working bloody hard. I know we are. So but you can still get something. If it's a walk, do that. That's better than nothing.
Yeah, definitely. So what was the next item on the agenda? Because my phone is currently added to the light.
Agenda was routines. I mean, we covered that a little bit already.
So the general gist, if you're not seeing it in building routine, if you're looking at trying to set a bit of a routine for your day, is try to marry, as a starting point, try and marry the start and end time of your day within reason, particularly the start time, with what time you start work. So if you start work at 9, start work at 9, start work at 10, start work at 10. She's giving you shit again.
No, she's asleep.
No, she isn't.
She was. I was watching her eyes. They're like 2 hairy bags. She's like that, and she just went. Oh, woman Rivers over here. She's had a tough day. Sorry. Get yourself upstairs. Take that little milk with you.
Oh God!
He's sitting with the balls out. Dennis, by the way, if this is not, if people,
it's my lodger.
If you hear this, Tom's not in the room.
So yeah. Anyway, back. So get up in the morning, exercise, hydrate, get some sunlight, start your day roughly around 9 o'clock. Try and keep to the same waking and sleeping patterns that you normally would, because your body doesn't like too much fluctuation. It likes like a nice, I've just lost the word. What the fuck would you call it? Homeostasis. It likes a nice kind of even.
Not change.
That's a much easier way of saying it. It doesn't like change too much. So stick to that. Get up at the same time. Start work at the same time, and then wrap up your jobs early afternoon. And then you got all the time in the world to exercise and chill out and relax and enjoy what little sunshine we do have at the moment. But the routine itself kind of builds structure and tends to be most people, as you said before, who have structure have a little bit more freedom. So
Yeah, 100%. You know, when you go off structure and you, like, let's say you have a lie-in on a weekend.
yeah,
Sometimes you feel more tired.
yeah. Yeah, so I was up late last night, funny enough, doing loads of emails, and I didn't get to bed till maybe 1, and I didn't wake up this morning until 9, which is like the latest I think I've ever woken up in the last nearly 4 years, and I took an hour to get going.
Yeah.
It's rare for me, and it doesn't sound like much, and it's not really a big deal. It's like, whatever, but it was a big deal. It was a definitive change from my norm, and I felt like crap for most of the day because I was just tired.
Mm.
It just wasn't. It was a break from because normally on a Wednesday I'm up at 6 minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah, really strange. Really strange. I don't like it. I like getting up at the same time.
Yeah, I definitely think I've been pretty consistent with getting up, and I do think it makes at least, yeah, at least roughly what your day's gonna be like, because how you start it every day starts the same.
Yeah.
And if you are tired, just go to bed a bit earlier, but don't get up later.
Yeah. Always go to bed earlier. Don't stay up late to get up late, because when you get up late, it sets the tone for the whole day, and you want that kind of sensation of getting things done. And that's it's like when you clean your room, or you organize something, or you clear out your clothes, you do something you've been putting off for a long time. When you've done it, you feel like you just had a shower or a scrub or something. You feel clean.
Yeah.
And you can have that all day if you make a list. And then the other thing I said before, to help you sleep and to help you set up for the next day, was making a list of everything you needed to do the night before the following morning. Not necessarily in order, or not necessarily exactly when and where you need to get it done. Just list the things that you want to get done the following day. Get it out of your brain, fall asleep. When you wake up, it's already one job done. You know what you've got to do. So you're not just dragging your heels or waiting for the day to start. You can get up, get washed, get changed, right, I've got this lost. And then once you've been up for an hour, if you need to, you can go through the list and prioritize what you need to do first. That does help.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Gosh, routines. And if you want any more information on that, you did a very good video, Tom, on routines. So head to that video that Tom did on routines will be a post this weekend. So head to our Facebook, our Instagram, or our website, sussexperformancecentre.co.uk, and it'll be on there. Your video will be uploaded. So that's boshed off. Next, what we've done for our clients so far, we kind of mentioned that at the start.
Yeah, no, what we're looking at doing, obviously, is we're looking at ways to expand what we can offer. Obviously, SPC is running a reduced capacity, minimum capacity at the moment.
We're wounded.
We're trying to write, we're coming up with a list of articles and blogs and emails and just general content pretty much every day. We're going to try and get Aaron and Reese and Harry on one of these podcasts, and Michelle, and get them talking about because they've all got various good ideas. Harry was Zoom coaching the Worthing College rugby girls today. I know Reese is going to do it for his marathon camp, and he's been putting out great videos on his channels. And Aaron is doing an after-school thing for his youth kids coming up as well. So
Aaron's doing the youth tomorrow morning, on Saturday morning.
All right, great. Okay, cool. So we're trying to expand what we're offering our clients, but trying to mirror the service we offer in the gym, just on a slightly different platform, obviously.
Yeah.
And then maybe re-looking at the nutrition stuff. Obviously, it kind of got scuppered the last 2 weeks of the body composition course, but the results for that will be published in the next week, probably. And then we'll be looking at taking on a new influx of people. I don't know. It depends how we do it, I suppose. Whether or not we can do it with the reduced movements of people, but then the shops are restocked, so it could work. I don't know.
Yeah, I think these shops are. Michelle said tonight she went shopping, and the shops are pretty good for most things, other than sort of the long-lasting stuff. So your rice, your pasta, your tin food.
Yeah.
But we'll play it by week, because I think it would be a great thing for some people to focus on during these times.
Yeah.
A little bit of a different direction, and some people, again, actually, in a weird sense, have more control of their lives because they're not forced to go out to eat out.
Yeah, and I honestly think if you can get discipline over your hunger and you can get discipline over what you eat and what you drink, everything else becomes easy.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Hunger's like one of the overriding natural urges, and if you can just quiet your mind a little bit and control what you put in your body, then that feeling kind of carries on. Exercise becomes easy, daily jobs become easy, things you find usually quite hard to stick to become easy because you're doing the most difficult thing already, and you're not giving in to your food cravings.
Yeah.
Which is
So
a primal urge.
if we can get that out, we will. There is a waiting list for that.
There is, yeah.
Some of the testimonials we're going to be getting from that are pretty amazing. So keep your eyes peeled if you're interested in getting involved, because I think they'll be snapped up quick.
Definitely. And then the other thing I was just going to say was actually on a different note. It's actually been quite nice to see the more inspiring parts of the human nature during the quarantine.
Yeah.
People helping out and getting in contact with family members and friends not spoken to for years, and generally speaking, just reaching out and being more human for a change rather than being absorbed in their own lives.
Well, the problem is at the moment is every time you turn your TV or your computer on, you're hit with bad news, and sometimes I actually think it's good not to read the news for a couple of days, because for me personally, of course it's awful what's happening, absolutely awful, and the NHS are doing a great job, but if I know the death toll each day, it doesn't make it, that's just a negative thing that will impact me.
I was going to say that, literally. I said the only thing you find out from the news at the moment is what shortages there are, what people don't have access to, and how many people are dying. And
yeah, exactly. And the death toll is awful, but it's not necessarily going to positively influence your life. So maybe knowing it every day is not necessarily going to be a good thing. Keeping an eye on it over a week, a month is important, of course. Just following the guidelines is what you should be doing. And I actually thought about that clap scenario of everyone did the clap yesterday for the NHS. Yeah. I actually forgot. My bad. I was on the PT call till about 5 minutes before, and I thought it was raining outside. No, realised everyone was clapping. But anyhow, it doesn't mean that I don't give a monkeys about the NHS. That's ludicrous. Of course I do. My mum works in it for 40 years. But I think, if you want to clapping, what they did yesterday was great, and whoever made the initiative is like a really good reason for people to.
A Dutch yoga instructor in London, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. It's, everyone came outside and did it, but for me, the take-home message is you shouldn't need to go outside and clap your care workers and your health workers for what they do day to day. You should look after yourself first and foremost, because you're doing everything within your power to help the NHS if you don't go to your doctors with that sniffly cold, or if you don't overweight and you require surgery that isn't actually important, really, in the long run, that sort of thing. So say if you do care about the NHS, yes, it's important to acknowledge them in moments like clapping, but in the long run, when this is all dead, you should be going there as minimum as possible, while having some accountability yourself.
Well, what was that stat we saw? If you exercise 3 times in our area, if you exercise 3 times a week, a month, you in theory can save the NHS up to 400 quid.
400 quid a month. You pass that stuff on to me,
Yeah. Which was basically pulled off data from another company. So whether that's accurate or not, it wouldn't be too far off.
No, because you think how much a appointment would cost money-wise to go see your doctor, your GP.
Yeah, and you probably exercising 3 times a week would probably stop you from going to the doctors probably once a month.
Would stop you going to the doctors, over a whole year. Would stop you going less. Would also limit the amount of medication you would buy.
Yep.
Or want to get prescription for. So it's important to realise that yes, whilst you acknowledge everything they're doing that's amazing, above and beyond what they should be doing anyway right now, is that in the long run, don't just clap once and go, oh, what's all right now. Is that really we should be looking to only be needing the NHS if we need life-saving surgery, treatment, some horrible disease, or unfortunately you're probably going to end up in there if you're going to die.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so important to look after your health, because that's going to release the burden on the NHS like nothing better could ever before and will ever in the future anyway. So
yeah, definitely. And also it's I think at this time as well, it just re-emphasizes just how many people should have been doing this a long time already.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So stay active, stay healthy, because the great thing, in every bad situation, there's some good things that come out of it. And the good thing that's come out of it, people are more aware of their health now.
Yeah, I think you've got that. You've got all the positives from the environmental side of things. You've got better air pollution. You've got clearer waters. Kind of the reintroduction of certain populations of fish and wildlife.
and maybe this is going to change how people work in the future. I think people will probably work more remotely.
Yeah, I think there's an awful lot of positives that can come out of this if we're willing to accept that and move on with it, rather than just go straight back into what we feel comfortable with.
Yeah, exactly, and have a response to pandemics that we've never had before, because obviously we cannot deal with it.
No, this has had our pants down.
And just by saying, oh well, actually it's only old people that die, it doesn't make it a good thing.
Well, it isn't, is it? That 21-year-old girl, I think an 18-year-old girl died or something.
Yeah, I think it's the youngest has been a 16 or 18. So
strong, physically resilient.
Yes, even more important to kick some ass in the gym 3 times a week, guys and girls.
Yeah, I mean, let's hope for some better positive outcomes moving forward, and some. I don't know.
What about going forward if we just do a positive podcast?
That doesn't sound like you and me at all.
I know, but we could try. I mean, not talk negatively about anything.
No, I agree with that. I would really love for this time people to kind of spend a bit more time having a bit of introspection, kind of expanding their consciousness a little bit, and hello. He's like,
hello, mate.
He's absolutely livid. Yes, they're basically spending a bit more time on themselves and actually understanding that, not necessarily, or rather, what's important in life isn't necessarily how much they have and what they have. It's actually who they have and what they do and how they feel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and maybe from our next podcast we'll make it positivity only, which would be we'll have to rant for 10 minutes before we go on there.
Sounds good. And maybe the next podcast we can get Mish in there.
No chance.
She's asleep.
She's docile.
Docile.
Docile is the right word I would describe her right now. You know, like when a dog's napping and they're kind of alert.
Yeah, and that whole let sleeping dogs lie, etc.
Yeah. she's like, with like if you waved a bit of chocolate under her nose, she'd bang. like a bit of meat around a dog's nose. Isn't that right?
So okay, cool. All right, nice one. Well, this is as far as the first video podcast goes. I think it's gone quite well.
Actually, we summarised the last point. Community now more than ever, and I think you did that quite nicely.
Yeah, that is one thing I want to get across. I think we've already spoken about this, but you and I and the team kind of really want to start working with other companies in our area, other people, communities, companies, coaches, whatever. There's no sense of competition at the moment, or kind of bravado or ego or anything like that. I just want to get as many people working together as possible, because as a group you have more chance of success and surviving than you do on your own, and that's the same in business as it is in just being people. So it'd be great in the next couple of weeks if we could start building a bit more of a local community of people who are willing to pitch in and help, whether it's different industries, similar industries, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. If we can help people out, if we can share stuff on social media, when all this is coming, when all this is hopefully at some point in the future we can go back to our normal lives. We'd love to do some stuff with local companies, not even in the same remit as us, just local companies trying to work together to build a better local community. I think that's very important. And
finally, a big shout out to our members.
Big shouts out.
They've been quite. I mean, with the messages we've had and the communication we've had, the emails, the calls, the texts have been as good as you're going to get.
Yeah, I mean, we're very lucky to have the people who we do have come to the gym, and I think they appreciate obviously what we do, but in the same turn, we appreciate what they do for us, because like I said on social media today, for those that follow our Instagram, online training is great. It can give you a great workout. It can be progressive but there's nothing like the energy of a busy gym. And
No.
you know that we buzz off doing the group training live. It's great what we can do now, but it's not the same. It will work for the period of time we can't be out. But yeah, nothing beats the energy of a busy gym where people are interacting, laughing, having fun, working out, all that sort of thing.
Yeah, cool. So, fine. I guess how many of these do you reckon we'll do a week? 1 or 2 a week, probably?
Yeah, we could do 2 a week. I mean, not exactly got that much on our plate, have we, really?
No, yeah, 2 weeks sounds good.
Well,
But yeah, cool. Any last comments, thoughts?
Mish? No, she's got none. I haven't got any.
Cool. Right. Well, I guess that's it then. Stay safe, people.
Stay safe, and that is the recording.